6 nighttime behaviors that speed up cognitive decline without warning. Have you ever wondered why some people in their 70s and 80s stay sharp, quick-witted, and full of life, while others begin to fade faster than anyone expected? Tonight, we're diving into 6 nighttime habits that quietly speed up cognitive decline, the kind of decline that sneaks up without warning. And here's the truth. If you stay with me until the very end of this video, you'll not only know what those behaviors are, but you'll also walk away with one powerful, practical tip that could completely change the way your brain ages. Now, you might already think you know some of these. They might even sound basic at first. But trust me, the results are out of this world. By making a few small but very intentional changes at night, you can protect your memory, your focus, and even your independence longer than you thought possible. In the next few minutes, I'll guide you step by step through each of these behaviors. Some may surprise you. Some may even feel a little uncomfortable to hear. But every single one of them matters if you want to keep your mind sharp and resilient. So let's begin this journey together, because what happens in the dark hours of the night could very well shape the brightest days of your future. Let's start with the first nighttime behavior, and it's one many people don't even think about: falling asleep with the television on. For some, the gentle background noise feels comforting. Maybe it's the company. Maybe it's the distraction. But research shows that sleeping with constant light and sound fragments your deep sleep. And deep sleep is the time your brain works hard to clean out toxins and strengthen memory. Without it, harmful proteins, like the ones linked to Alzheimer's, begin to build up faster than normal. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I've slept with the TV on for years and I'm doing fine. But cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, creeping process, often invisible, until it's too late. By giving your brain total darkness and quiet, you're giving it the best possible chance to recharge and protect itself. So tonight, try this. Turn off the TV, close the curtains, and maybe use a soft sleep mask. If you like background sound, a low-volume white noise machine is far safer. These little adjustments can mean the difference between a foggy morning and a sharp, clear one. Remember, what feels small today adds up over months and years, and your future self will thank you for it. The second nighttime behavior that silently steals brain power is skipping water before bed. Now, I can almost hear you say, but I don't want to wake up all night running to the bathroom. I get it. Nobody likes broken sleep. But here's the surprising truth. Even mild dehydration makes your brain work harder, slows your recall, and affects your mood. For older adults, dehydration is especially dangerous because the brain becomes less efficient at regulating fluids as we age. Imagine going 8, 9, even 10 hours without a sip of water while your body is still working, still breathing, still repairing. That's exactly what happens when you go to bed bone dry. The solution isn't to chug a giant glass right before lights out. Instead, aim for a few steady sips in the evening and half a small glass about 30 minutes before bed. Just enough to keep your brain and body hydrated through the night. Your sleep will be smoother and your memory sharper. Here's a simple experiment. Try it for 3 nights. Pay attention to how alert you feel in the morning. You might be shocked at how much clearer your thoughts are. And if you're still watching right now, type 1 down in the comments. It lets me know you're with me, and honestly, it helps this message reach more people who need it. The third nighttime behavior is late night snacking on sugary or processed foods. I know, that little bowl of ice cream or a couple of cookies before bed feels harmless, even comforting. But here's what actually happens. Sugar spikes your blood glucose, forcing your body to pump out insulin. Hours later, while you're supposed to be resting, your brain is busy fighting that spike, which disrupts sleep cycles. Even worse, when your blood sugar crashes in the middle of the night, it can wake you up without you realizing why. That means less restorative sleep and more morning brain fog. And over the years, these constant ups and downs wear out your body's ability to regulate energy, putting you at higher risk of diabetes and memory decline. But don't worry, you don't have to give up every evening treat. Swap out the sugary snacks for something brain-friendly, like a handful of walnuts, a slice of avocado, or even a small piece of dark chocolate. These foods help stabilize blood sugar and feed your brain healthy fats. Think of it this way. Every snack is either fueling your brain's future or stealing from it. And when you're aiming to stay sharp at 70, 80, or even 90, those little decisions matter more than you think. The fourth habit is going to bed angry, stressed, or overstimulated. Now, this one hits close to home for many of us. Maybe you've had a tough conversation with a loved one. Maybe you're replaying worries in your head. Or maybe the news kept you wired long after you turned off the TV. Here's why it matters. Stress floods your body with cortisol, the fight or flight hormone. And when cortisol is high, your brain struggles to shift into the calm, deep sleep that's essential for memory processing. Think of sleep like your brain's filing system. It takes all the experiences, emotions, and facts from the day and puts them neatly where they belong. But if you go to bed tense, your filing cabinet stays jammed. The next day, you wake up foggy, forgetful, maybe even irritable. And if this pattern repeats, it slowly chips away at long-term cognitive resilience. So what can you do? Try this simple ritual before bed. Take 3 minutes, just 3, to breathe deeply. Write down your top worry on paper and physically set it aside. Tell yourself, I'll handle this tomorrow. It may sound simple, but the relief you feel can be enormous. Your brain deserves peace at night. Give it that gift. The fifth nighttime behavior is ignoring poor sleep posture. Yes, even the way you position your body affects your brain. Sleeping flat on your back or stomach can reduce the natural flow of cerebrospinal fluid, the very fluid that washes away waste from your brain overnight. Studies suggest that side sleeping, especially on the left side, may improve how well your brain clears out harmful proteins. It's almost like giving your mind a nightly rinse cycle. And yet, so many people ignore posture because it feels too small to matter. But remember what I said earlier, the results are out of this world. Something as basic as flipping to your side could actually reduce the long-term risk of cognitive decline. If you struggle to stay on your side, try placing a pillow behind your back or hugging one in front of you. Your body will naturally stay supported in that position. And if joint pain makes side sleeping tough, a small pillow between your knees can make a world of difference. It's not about perfection. It's about stacking little habits that protect your brain. Night after night, they add up. And by the way, if you're still with me now, drop a 1 in the comments. It helps me know you're paying attention, and it might just encourage someone else watching to stay sharp alongside you. The 6th behavior is skipping your nighttime routine altogether. Here's the truth. Your brain craves rhythm. It loves predictability, patterns, and signals that say, okay, it's time to rest now. But when bedtime is chaotic, one night at 9 p.m., the next at midnight, your brain never gets the memo. This inconsistency disrupts your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that governs hormones, temperature, and sleep cycles. And when that rhythm is off, the brain struggles to perform its nightly repair work. Over time, this misalignment raises the risk of memory loss and even depression. Think about it like this. When a symphony orchestra has no conductor, the music turns into noise. That's exactly what happens to your body without routine. But here's the good news. You don't need a rigid military-style schedule, just a simple, consistent pattern. Maybe it's brushing your teeth, reading for 10 minutes, then turning off the light. Do it in the same order, around the same time, and your brain will start preparing for deep, restful sleep on its own. And yes, it feels basic. But remember, simple doesn't mean small. Simple often means powerful. Now, let's pause for a moment. If you're watching this and thinking, wow, I didn't realize my nights had so much impact on my future brain health, you are not alone. Most people never connect the dots until it's too late. And if you're still here right now, drop a 2 in the comments. It shows me you're serious about protecting your mind, and it might just encourage someone else watching to stay sharp alongside you. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Not only does it support the channel, but more importantly, it spreads these life-changing habits to thousands of people who desperately need them. You never know who in your circle might be silently struggling and could benefit from one simple change tonight. All right, back to our journey. We've covered some of the most common nighttime behaviors that silently harm the brain. But here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just about what you do, it's about what you don't do. In the next few minutes, I'll share how neglecting small nighttime practices can accelerate decline without warning. And one of them might be something you're doing this very week. So stick with me, we're just getting to the heart of it. Another nighttime behavior that speeds up decline is not cooling your bedroom enough. Many people underestimate how strongly temperature affects the brain. When you sleep in a hot, stuffy room, your body struggles to regulate itself, which disrupts REM sleep, the very stage linked to creativity and memory consolidation. Older adults are even more sensitive to this because the body's internal thermostat becomes less reliable with age. And here's the kicker. Even if you think you're sleeping through the night, a too warm room may keep you in lighter stages of sleep, leaving your brain under-recharged. Experts recommend keeping the bedroom around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal brain rest. That may feel cool at first, but once you're under the covers, your body will settle beautifully into deep sleep. If central cooling isn't an option, try a fan, a breathable blanket,
or even moisture-wicking pajamas. Think of your bedroom as your brain's sanctuary. Every degree cooler is an investment in sharper mornings and healthier years ahead. The next behavior is ignoring nighttime bathroom trips. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but here's the truth. Holding it in, tossing and turning, or forcing yourself to push through disrupts the brain far more than simply getting up for a quick trip. When you lie awake uncomfortable, your body releases stress hormones. That stress prevents you from re-entering deep sleep, sometimes for the rest of the night. And here's the surprising part. Repeated stress episodes at night are linked to higher risks of both memory decline and heart strain. So don't feel guilty about a 2 a.m. bathroom visit. Instead, make it smooth and brain-friendly. Keep a small nightlight in the hallway to avoid bright overhead lights. Move slowly, avoid screens, and get right back under the covers. And if you're someone who wakes often, consider adjusting your evening fluid timings. Sips earlier, less right before bed, while still avoiding dehydration. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to support your brain's repair cycles, even if that means 1 or 2 gentle breaks. Your body knows what it needs. Trust it, and your brain will thank you. Now, let's talk about a behavior most people never think about: going to bed without stretching or loosening the body. You might wonder, what does stretching have to do with cognitive health? A lot, actually. When muscles are tight, especially in the neck and shoulders, circulation to the brain can be reduced. That means less oxygen delivery while you sleep, and oxygen is fuel for memory, learning, and problem solving. Over years, poor circulation contributes to faster cognitive decline. A simple 5-minute stretch before bed can change everything. Roll your shoulders, stretch your neck gently side to side, or do light ankle circles. Nothing extreme, just enough to relax tension. Some people even enjoy lying with legs elevated for a minute to help blood flow back toward the heart and brain. Not only does this calm the nervous system, but it also signals to your body, we're done for the day. It's time to rest. And here's the secret. Your brain loves rituals. The more consistent your wind-down routine, the stronger the signal to release melatonin and prepare for deep, restorative sleep. So the next time you feel silly about stretching before bed, remind yourself those few minutes are like an investment account for your brain's future clarity.
Another subtle behavior is using alcohol as a sleep aid. Many people believe a small glass of wine at night helps them drift off. And yes, it may knock you out faster, but what happens after is the real danger. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the stage when your brain organizes memories and processes emotions. Without enough REM, you may sleep for 8 hours and still wake up exhausted, confused, or irritable. Over time, repeated suppression of REM has been linked to higher risks of dementia. Alcohol also dehydrates the body, raises nighttime heart rate, and fragments overall sleep quality. For the brain, that's like trying to recharge your phone with a broken charger. You plug in, but the battery never really fills. This doesn't mean you have to give up every celebratory drink, but try to enjoy alcohol earlier in the evening, ideally 3 to 4 hours before bed. That way, your body has time to process it before sleep. And if you've been using wine or whiskey as a nightly sleep pill, consider swapping it with calming tea, like chamomile or lemon balm. Your mornings will feel clearer, and your brain will stay sharper longer. Remember, what feels relaxing in the moment can be silently costly over years. Choose wisely. Your brain deserves better fuel. Next, let's cover screen time before bed. Smartphones, tablets, and even bright TVs emit blue light, which tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. That delays melatonin release, the hormone you need to fall asleep deeply and quickly. And here's where it gets serious. Older brains are already more sensitive to melatonin disruption. So a little scrolling just to relax can rob you of essential rest, speeding up memory problems and reducing next-day focus. The solution? Create a digital sunset. Turn off major screens at least an hour before bed. If that feels too hard, start with 20 minutes, then build up. Replace scrolling with reading, journaling, or listening to calming music. If you absolutely must use a device, apply blue light filters or wear special glasses. It's not perfect, but it helps. Think of it this way. You wouldn't water a garden with bleach, right? Blue light is like chemical runoff into your brain's nightly repair system. Protect your mind by turning off the tap before bed. Another nighttime danger is ignoring breathing quality. Many people don't realize they snore or have mild sleep apnea, which reduces oxygen flow to the brain for hours at a time. And oxygen deprivation, even mild, accelerates cognitive decline dramatically. If you often wake up tired, with headaches, or your partner notices loud snoring, take it seriously. These aren't just annoyances, they're warnings. The brain can't survive long without oxygen, and even partial interruptions each night add up over years. The first step is awareness. Mention symptoms to your doctor. Even simple lifestyle changes like adjusting sleep posture, losing a few pounds, or avoiding alcohol before bed can make a huge difference. In more serious cases, medical support like a CPAP machine can be life-changing. I know, nobody wants to think about medical equipment at night, but here's the truth. Protecting your oxygen is protecting your memories, your independence, your very identity. Don't ignore the whispers your body gives you. They could be the difference between decline and resilience. The next hidden behavior? Neglecting gratitude or reflection before sleep. It may sound soft, but emotional state deeply affects the brain's resilience. Going to bed weighed down with regret or bitterness triggers stress chemistry even while you're unconscious. On the other hand, ending the day with a simple gratitude practice actually builds neural pathways that support optimism, memory retention, and emotional balance. Studies show older adults who practice nightly reflection experience slower cognitive decline and lower rates of depression. This doesn't need to be complicated. Before bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's a phone call with your daughter, the laughter of a grandchild, or simply the comfort of a warm bed. Write them down or just speak them softly. It's a powerful way to calm your heart and set your brain into a healing, positive mode. Small, yes, but mighty. Here's another overlooked behavior: not protecting against nighttime noise. Even if you don't fully wake up, background noise like traffic, barking dogs, or loud neighbors keeps your brain on alert. That alert state prevents the brain from entering the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep. And the results? Poorer memory, slower reaction times, and higher stress the next day. Over time, chronic nighttime noise exposure is linked to faster brain aging. The fix is simple, but effective. Earplugs, white noise machines, or even a small fan. Anything that creates a steady, calming soundscape protects your brain from micro-awakenings you may not even notice. Remember, your brain is listening, even when you're not. So take control of your sleep environment. Treat it like sacred space, because the quality of silence you give your brain at night will echo in the clarity you feel tomorrow. By now, we've walked through many behaviors: light, food, posture, screens, stress, and more. Each one matters. But let me give you the most powerful insight of all. The ultimate method for protecting your brain at night is this: stack small habits together. None of these behaviors alone is a magic pill, but when you combine them,
Darkness, hydration, posture, routine, calmness, they multiply each other's benefits. Think of it like a choir. One voice is lovely, but when many voices sing in harmony, the sound is breathtaking. Your brain works the same way. Each small nighttime choice becomes part of a symphony that protects your memory, your focus, and your independence for years to come. So don't stress about perfection. Instead, pick one habit this week, add another next week, build momentum slowly. That's the real secret, the compounding power of small, consistent changes. And here's the exciting part. You'll feel the difference faster than you think. So let's bring this home. We've covered 6 nighttime behaviors that quietly speed up cognitive decline without warning. From TV noise and late snacks to posture, stress, screens, and beyond, each one has the power to shape how your brain ages. And here's what I want you to remember most. You might already know these habits. They might even seem basic, but when you actually practice them, the results are out of this world. Your mornings become clearer, your thoughts sharper, and your future brighter. If you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about protecting your brain. So here's my challenge. Type 2 in the comments below. It tells me you're ready to commit. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you love. Because you never know, the small tip you pass along tonight might just save someone else's tomorrow. Your brain is your story, your memories, your laughter, your wisdom. Guard it, cherish it, and give it the nighttime care it deserves. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, sleep well, live well, and stay sharp.